Welcome to another episode of the Solopreneur Billionaire, where I get to talk to awesome women about how they think about life and then use AI to open doors previously closed. Today, we're talking to my good friend, Sue Bunnell.
Hi, I'm Sue Bunnell. I am somebody who spend a lot of time in the professional development realm, leading the Willpower program for LWT on the board of Professional Businesswomen of California, running a professional development program inside my corporation.
Hello, Sue.
Hi.
First, tell me about why you and I are best friends.
I was just delighted with your incredibly revelatory approach. What you see is what you get, which is clearly my game too. But more than anything, this is at your fingertips, right?
Yeah.
It's not that it isn't hard in some senses, but that it isn't magical, right?
Right.
It isn't something that only special wizards or people with red shoes can do.
When I first started trying to master at AI, there were so many people who were saying things like, I've been doing AI for 10 years. I'm machine learning for blah, de, blah, de, blah. These barriers make it inaccessible. The whole point of AI is that it's accessible to anybody with broadband or a hotspot.
I'm still at overwhelm, but
Yeah.
you truly made me believe that if I could carve the time out of my day, I could make it happen. It's a time thing, not a talent, not a brain, not a special magical, which I thought was just such an act of gracious kindness.
First of all, I adore you. We are best friends for life. If you've ever asked a question before, and then listen to the response, you can be great at AI. That for me is fundamental. The University of Kansas did a study that said it takes 200 hours to build a deep relationship. AI is like that. You're building a deep relationship over time. Maybe you do 15 minutes today, maybe you do 3 hours tomorrow. Doesn't matter. But at some point, you make the choice, you start adapting and adopting. Then you stop asking for AI to do magic. It's not like, ta-da, the magic wand gets
Yeah,
played.
people have been reading AI's press releases
Kale
back,
has
back in the
excellent
day.
marketing, as does AI.
The bloom is off the kale rose. There are a lot of people who are like, no thanks.
How do I get women like us to adapt and adopt to AI, especially as I start to think about the next stage? There are so many doors that AI opened for me. How do I bring that to you so that you can write the book that you want? You can do your podcast, you can do your consultancy or advisory work in a way that scales.
This
Yeah.
is the commercial. She told two friends and she told two friends and so on and so on. An actual word of mouth campaign for women.
So let's transition. Tell me about the Legacy Award project that you've developed and the exercise. I love the idea because I'm at that age, and I think a lot of people can relate, where I'm really thinking about, am I spending the time doing things that have meaning and purpose? And also, by the way, get me paid? Or am I wasting the time that I have? When you come to middle age, you look back and say, how will I be counted? Did it matter for me? Did it matter for my family? Did it matter for my community? And how do I write the balance?
There's been a lot posted on ego death and how you
Yeah.
walk away from sort of conventional success to a different flavor of success. Jane spoke to it really beautifully yesterday as she talked about entering a period of both finding purpose and offering purpose. I had the opportunity recently to develop an exercise to help women who have achieved great success to envision what their future holds for them through this exercise of a legacy award where they're imagining a ceremony where they were being lauded. They're surrounded by friends and family and colleagues who are friends, and they're being lauded for the amazing work that they've done. And the exercise for the women is to certainly to map what they currently have done, but also to be creative and to map what they like to have done or what they hope somebody would be able to sing their praises for and give them kudos for. So that company you plan to build, that nonprofit you plan to start, to really write not an obituary, which sort of has an unfortunate turn to it, but really sort of a lifetime achievement party, right?
Yeah.
What are they going to be celebrating you for? And I thought to myself, this is a really powerful tool to get folks to focus on, as David Brooks from the New York Times said, not our resume virtues, but our obituary virtues, the kind of things that people are going to be singing our praises for when we're no longer in the
Right.
room.
The thing that I love about what you sent me is that it pushes us to live in that space of hope in the future. It's very resonant for a lot of the women that we know who are running so hard, they don't take the time to think about what happens after the 12-hour work days. That was me years ago. I got bursitis. I hurt my butt from flying. That was not what I wanted on my tombstone. I needed a different legacy. I love the idea of something that is analog, like a journal or a workbook, that has a beautiful cover. I just did a workbook for the Business of You program. We could create a booklet and publish it in Kindle and make 100 copies. This can be very easily turned into a workbook with a journal that people can buy on Amazon. You can do a series of carousels and PDFs that are available on LinkedIn. There's any number of 19 different formats that this one piece of content compounds. I'm now in execution mode of how I'm going to help you get this out there
Good.
and make something beautiful and packageable.
I thought more people should have access to it, but I have no idea how to get them that access. I love that your brain goes right there. Mine goes to, I'm sure it's possible, and yours goes to here's how, which I 100%
Yeah.
respect your ability to
Yeah.
execute. What I want is for folks to see immediately how they can plug in. It would be great to see how we could take that content and tweak it for LinkedIn, for different platforms or media to get the message out. I'm so looking forward to hearing those ideas because I think you are uniquely positioned to take brilliance and turn it into actual a system that scales. I don't have one.
Everybody needs a system that scales. You can't be a coach that doesn't scale. You can't be a consultant as an individual that doesn't scale.
Well, I'm really excited to see what's next.
Well, I'm going to let you go to your beautiful client. I'm so glad we had this time to spend. I shall talk to you soon.
I'm giving you a big hug.
You've done it. You've spent another few minutes with me as we dug into legacy, how we need to take time to define and refine what we will be remembered for before it's too late. I know Sue gave me pause for thought. I hope she did for you as well. Comment below if you want to learn more about the Legacy Awards project. And as always, I appreciate you and I want you at my awards dinner. So like and subscribe.